I mean, they did technically fire me while I was on the show.
What do you mean?
And when I started doing that, I was like, I actually like this.
Kaylani was in your comments one time.
Oh, my God. Changed my life.
What was the feeling? Welcome to the Rap Room Podcast, the space where stories from women in the media come to life. I'm your host, Mac, and today's guest is one who's building her own lane, breaking the mold and keeping it all the way real. Interviewed on my show, One Extra, last year, Tyler Lewis has been doing incredible since then. She's a singer-songwriter with a voice that will stop you in your tracks and has a strong pen game. Welcome to the Rap Room. It's Tyler Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I love that intro. I was like, oh my God, is that me?
I feel like Wendy Williams. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining me, babe.
Thank you for having me.
It's been like more than a whole year since I've last seen you in the flesh.
Yes, and life has life.
I know. Girl, we're going to get into that and all of life bits. But I've been seeing you drinking a lot of matcha on TikTok. Girl, you are matched up. What did you have for breakfast today?
Matcha. No, I'm joking. No, I didn't. I had scrambled eggs.
Nice.
Because I'm a fitness babe.
Oh, is that the lane you're going into now?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to record it. That's embarrassing,
okay.
but
Yeah.
I'll do it secretly.
Yeah. How's that going? How do you do your eggs? Like, any ingredients?
It's dead.
Okay.
It's egg, salt, pepper.
Nice, but that's like standard.
Yeah, it's standard.
Egg.
Yeah, a bit of ketchup.
Yes.
But not. It's not on anything. It's just in a bowl, ketchup. It was
Sorry, wait. Just scrambled egg, like no bread on the side.
Yeah, no bread on the side. It was a quick one this morning.
You are really a fitness babe because they just be eating eggs and protein and fiber.
I'm just getting those gains.
Literally. Well, I love that for you, babes.
Thank you. I'm trying to better myself in every way.
Yeah, and you are doing that. I feel like since I last seen you, freer, you're glowing.
Oh, thank you.
You're really giving that energy, babe.
I feel better. I've even been reading like self-help books. I don't know who I am.
You have changed, girl. What book did you read?
I read, it was called Attachment.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your story. Is it actually a good book?
I don't know. I think I'm not strong enough to take the feedback yet.
Really?
So I read and I was thinking, lies.
Even though it's true.
Yeah, it's all true. I'm like, don't come for me. So maybe in a year's time I'll read it again and then really take it in. But I recommend it for people that are like willing.
Yeah. And it's like, it's the anxious avoidant booking it, because I feel like, as you said, you do have to be in a space where
you have to be ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
And we love that, because sometimes you're not. That's why I stopped reading self-help books myself, because I was just like, okay, I get it. I have problems, I have issues. Yeah,
and it's not the time to solve them yet, okay? I've got bigger things to do with.
Literally, like being a superstar, you're absolutely showing that. And I remember on your audition or the VT of when you on the Little Mix, the search program, you're a pet mum.
Yeah.
When you were naming all the pets you had, I was like, you basically live in a zoo, Tyler. How do you have so many pets?
So do you know what's funny is back then, it wasn't my personality. It was just that I love animals and like to this day, love animals. I've now moved out of home, so now I don't have all the animals and like my dad has my guinea pigs and my lizards and stuff, but they're thriving and I love to see them.
That's good.
But at the time, when I watched back the video, I was like, oh my God, I'm a zookeeper. What the hell? They made my whole personality. And all the comments are like, oh my God, she's so cute with her guinea pigs. I was like, hold up. There's more to me. But yeah, I do love animals. That is my number one passion.
Do you have any pets in your
Not at the moment.
now?
So there was a family dog that has been put to sleep.
Sorry. Moving on swiftly. A lot of creatives, when they were younger, there was kind of glimpses that they were going to be creatives growing up. Do you know what I mean? Like whether it's the theatre kid who would like gather their friends and families in the living room and be like, I'm going to perform, you're going to watch me. I'd like to know what kind of kid you were, Tyler.
Oh, I was a very shy kid. I think that was because my twin, she was always so outgoing. So when I was in school, she was always like the funny one. Like in the shows we did at the end of primary school and stuff, she was like the comedian. She was that girl. And so I was kind of like, I sing and like that's about it. But I remember I sang quite a bit when I was a kid, like in primary school and even throughout secondary school. But it was never that. It never felt like, everybody look at me sing. Right. It was like, I'm going to sing. And if you want to see, you can see. If not, close your eyes. But I remember when I was in like primary school, me and my friends used to like, it's so cringy. We used to like sing in like the playground. Not to people, but just like to ourselves. Like,
oh my God.
Like camp rock. So cringe. Like we used to sing like Alicia Dixon, like Proof Slow, and we thought we thought it was so lame. And I look back now, like, oh my god, sit down and read.
But that was the glory days of being in school. Like no one cared.
No one cared.
No
like,
social media.
I think about all the embarrassing things we did, and I'm like, no one cared. Like no one rinsed you for it. It was like, oh my god, we're kids. That's what we do.
Literally.
I did it now though.
No.
Crazy.
But you basically do that on stages though.
I know.
Where thousands and thousands of people watch you.
It's crazy.
You know?
It makes
Which
me
is
sick.
insane. It's insane. So you kind of had the practice from the playground.
Yeah.
And did you know you could sing? Because you know sometimes when you're a kid, you're just singing for fun.
Yeah.
But it's like the notes aren't hitting.
Yeah.
But your notes must have been hitting.
Do you know what it was? I loved singing, and I remember growing up listening to a lot of Mariah Carey and stuff. I knew I was learning like from the right people. And I never thought like, I want to be a singer. I never thought that as a kid, but I was just singing all the time. And I remember my mum said to me like, you can sing. And I was like, oh my God. And she always says like, oh, one time we were like, I was really young and we were walking on a beach on holiday and I was singing Dionne Warwick or something. And she was like, oh my God, like, she can sing. And so I feel like I don't know when I got to that point where I was like, I love singing and this is what I want to do. But I think I knew I could sing at some point.
Oh, that's so iconic. And even learning from people like Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
She was basically like your mentor.
Because
you never had singing lessons.
No.
Which is crazy.
But I'm stubborn though, so like you're not gonna tell me where to like. You're not gonna tell me breathe from your diaphragm. I'm not gonna do it. I tried. I really tried. I tried doing the like la la la, and I couldn't.
Stop it.
I can't.
But you can sing. What do you
Do you know
mean
what
you
it
can't
is?
do
It's the
it?
embarrassment. Like
Right.
like I remember when I was on the show, we had a vocal coach, and he is like goated. He is so sick, but. When it came to doing those warm-ups, oh my God, let the ground swallow me up. I hate it so much. So now I've opted not to do it and I just take care of myself as much as possible.
That's good.
I can't.
I mean, you know what works for you, innit?
Yeah.
And that's so funny that you're just like, not doing any breathing
Not
exercises.
for me.
No. Let's talk about Little Mix and Search though.
Yes.
Because you literally quit your job to audition
Yeah.
for basically like a competition style show where Little Mix were looking to form a band, basically. That's a massive leap of faith, Tyler.
It was crazy. I don't know why I did it. Like, do you know when you look back at something you did and you're like, I don't remember the thought process of how I went into it, but I remember just like being like, I'm on the show. Oh yeah, they were like, you can't have time off anymore. And I was like, please. Please, babe. It's my dream. I was like, I really want to have the time off. They said I couldn't, so then I quit. And I remember crying about quitting. But then I was like, okay, but I'm about to live my dream.
Period.
I'm about to be Hannah Montana, bitch. Like, sorry, can we swear?
You can swear.
Oh, it's like, love
This is a free
that.
place.
And yeah, so I quit it. And then in the time between doing the show in the time between like auditioning and everything and being on the show, I got another job. And they were very aware, so they didn't have to get rid of me. I mean, they did technically fire me while I was on the show.
What do you mean?
My mum sent me the letter that came through the door, like, goodbye, you're fired. And I was like, but I'm broke.
And I actually need money.
So yeah, I've really risked it all to get into music.
You really have. But you know what? That's so inspiring because regardless of, being fired and quitting your job, you were still so like tunnel vision.
I was like, I need to get through.
Yes. and you did. So even though you knew that you'd been fired from this new job, and you were on the show, did that affect your experience and your journey anyway?
No, I was like, well, right now, the way that I felt about it is because we were like on the show and I was living in a house with my bandmates, I was kind of like, the outside world isn't a thing right now. I was like, I need to focus on this. And like day in, day out, you've got such like a crazy schedule that I was like, I don't have time to think about anything else. So I'm not going to be on Indeed looking for jobs. Like it is what it is. I'll deal with it later. And so when I was there, I was just so tunnel vision of like just wanting to do well every week. And I think that was so cool. Like I've never had that feeling of like, I've always been like a perfectionist. So I always want to strive to like be perfect in everything I do. But it was so like intense. And like you have one shot when you're doing like a live recording to just sing your best.
Wow.
And it was just fascinating. Like, I've never had that feeling before. And I loved the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Like every week, back to back to back.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Can you tell me what it was like, your schedule, on a weekly basis?
When I was on the show, they basically just give you a schedule. Like they just tell you, wake up at this time. And I remember like for our first show day, we had a day where they were like, we're going to do the makeovers. And I was like, we're going to do the makeovers. And they basically told me, your hair's either going to be purple or red. And I was like, oh, I mean, slim pickings. I went, I'll go purple then. And so then we woke up at like 6 a.m. And they took us to the studio and they just like, we were in this room and it was so chaotic and like there's smoke from people like getting their hair blow dried.
Oh my God.
And they're just bleaching. They're just bleaching and bleaching and bleaching. At one point I was looking, I was like, it's been like 8 hours, bro. I don't know what I got left. And it was like, it was wake up, get ready, vocal coaching sessions, choreo sessions. They were my favourite. I love to go choreo.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I didn't expect that from you.
When they said we're doing choreo, best believe I was in the Pineapple Dance Studios. Outfit, let's go.
You was living your dream for real.
I actually was. I felt like it literally felt like a movie. It was like Fame. I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was so intense that like we got to the end of the day and we're like exhausted, but we're like, oh my God, but we're like doing what we love. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I loved it so much.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Because that is an experience that you can't buy, literally. And not everyone gets to experience that. Because that is what showbiz really is like. You had the full-on experience. And your bandmates, you're part of the group Nostalgia.
Yes, I was.
I love the name. It's given like 2000s pop vibes, energy.
Thank you.
And your group, there was 6 of you, right? So it was Zita, Tamara, Mariah Louise, and Esther.
Yeah.
Did you guys know each other before coming on the show?
No.
Wow.
I know that Zita and Esther, like, I think they lived around the corner from each other, but everyone else, we were strangers. It was crazy.
So then how do you build a relationship with essentially strangers and you have how many weeks to like appear like you all get along and everything's fine?
Well, it was weird because they like kept postponing the show because of COVID at the time. So we were just in a group chat. And so like we didn't meet up with each other, didn't FaceTime. It was just group chats being like, hey guys, what are you doing today? And so when we got into the house, we kind of had already made like our little bonds, but that was when it was like, okay, we're living together.
Right.
We're all sharing the same space. We're all in the kitchen together. We're all in rehearsals. And so you have to just kind of firm it. You just have to be like, we're going to get along. We're going to get through this. And also I think you share like, because you're sharing such a crazy experience, you naturally bond anyway. So it was intense.
I can imagine. How many weeks did you have in that house altogether?
I feel like it was 5 or 6. It could have been 6
That's
or
so
7.
short.
It was the thing is like when you're in, I literally felt like, oh my God, when we left, it felt like, oh my God, I'm leaving home. It was the weirdest feeling. And I also was like 20 minutes from my house.
Stop it.
So I was sitting there thinking, babe, my house is right there. So it was weird.
Did you ever go home?
No, we couldn't. And I didn't get to see. Well, I did get to see my mum and my sister and my dad because they came for one of the shows. Like they did like a raffle every week to see like whose parents can come for the show because of like social distancing and stuff. And my parents came for one day. And then I remember I didn't get to speak to them. I could just see them. So they left and I was like, no, come back.
Please come back.
And I literally saw them next week. I was like, I'm so dramatic.
Oh my God. No, but valid.
Yeah.
COVID was a weird time, man.
It was weird. And I think that being in the show and being like, I had like a really like roller coaster experience in the show. There were moments where I was like, I need my family so bad and I just can't access them. And that was like the weirdest feeling. It was like, if I was to go home and if I was to like, be like, I need a bit of time away, there's probably no chance of me coming back in. So it was just, it was weird of being like, you have to deal with this for a few weeks and then you'll be fine.
And how would you deal with it? Because even though 5 weeks is not that long, but still long though.
I spent a lot of my time in my room. If I'm honest, I spent a lot of the time chilling. And I think it's also weird because like you mix personalities in that house and like you're with people that you wouldn't necessarily ever speak to and that even people that you would probably not get along with. And I feel like I had a very roller coaster experience. So I spent a lot of time by myself, which I think at the time I was like, oh my God, boohoo for me. But I was able to keep my sanity. And I left feeling like, okay, like I'm not traumatized. Like I'm okay. So I left feeling like I'm okay. And I just needed some space.
You need that.
Yes.
You do need that.
You need that.
It just reminds me of university times when, you know, you're mixing with people who you don't know from different parts of
I just could never.
Yeah. So you kind of had that, you know, it was like
it felt like uni. I was like, trip. Get me home.
Like that was it. That's all I needed. I loved your performances though. My favorite live performance was the No Scrub Shackles.
Oh my God.
The purple butt was bobbing. She was hitting the choreo. I said, okay, girl. Okay, girl.
I have not seen any of those videos in so long.
Did you ever watch back at one point?
Yeah, I remember I got home and I watched them back just because I was like, I want to know what other people saw. But also while we're on the show, we could see it because we're in it.
Right.
You feel like you're just like seeing it kind of like rose-tinted glasses. You're like, wow. But then when I left and I looked back, I was like, okay, we're not turning that on again. We're not.
Stop. Why? Why did you not?
It. Oh,
you were great.
It's rough.
But it's
you know,
the
at
early
the time
start.
I was, I'm happy that that's how I started.
Yeah, that's a good start.
But it's not going on again. Not again. I have seen my audition since. I feel like that keeps doing the rounds on social media. So sometimes I'm scrolling and it comes up. I'm like, oh, that's me. But I was actually happy with that. So that's why I'm like, that's a special moment for me.
That's so good. And even the fact that, even in your audition, Perrie was like, you're special. That's a Little Mix calling you special.
I remember at the time watching it back I remember I cried when I first saw it on TV because I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like it felt like, oh my God, I felt so detached from the person that was on stage to see it and to hear like the comments and actually be in the moment listening to comments. I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful.
It's stunning.
I loved it.
Honestly so gorgeous. Did you have any goals when you were, auditioning for the Little Mix series?
It's weird because I don't remember anything about the actual series itself. Like I don't remember the audition process. I remember like being there and doing stuff, but I don't remember my thought at all. Like there are obviously stages before you get to the live auditions, and I was just happy to make it there. So I remember when we walk out and we see Little Mix, and I remember being like, oh my God, like how did I get here? I was standing there and I was like, that's Little Mix in front of me. Like, how did I get here? So I was just excited to get through. Like and I think everyone says like, I want all the yeses. But I think I was just happy if I got one yes. Yeah. If I got sent home, I would have been like, fair enough, it is what it is. This life is clearly not for me. Stop. But when I got through, I was like, oh my God, I felt so like weird. Like I felt like I achieved something I never thought I wanted to. But then when I did, I was like, this is the feeling I've been like wanting for so long. So yeah, that was probably my goal, was to just make it through alive.
And you made it look so easy. And it's beautiful that you had that naivety. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's best to not have any expectations and just try and just go for it anyway and just see what comes out of being it. Yeah. Are there any tips or bits of advice you were given during the performance period of the show that you still use today?
That is actually a great question. I think to loosen up. That's always been something I've had a problem with. Like, even when I first started being in the studio, I was always told, like, drop your shoulders. Because I feel like when I get into situations that I'm nervous about, my legs shake and I'm so tense. Right. And even now, I think I've only just gotten over the stage fright of going on stage and singing my songs. Because now I think, because I found the love for it, now when I'm up there, I'm kind of like waiting. Like, I don't want it to end, basically, the whole time. Whereas before then, I was like, I need this. Like, this is a 3-minute song. Let's get through this. And so they'd always be like, can you stop looking so scared? I'm like, sorry, the camera goes to me. I'm like, so I feel like that's a big thing of just like be in the moment. Yeah. And like, you're not going to always get these moments. So like when you're in it, live it and don't like look back on it and be like, I wish I was present. Like be present. Be present. That's a big thing.
It comes with time though, innit? And just being comfortable and finding the love, as you said. Where did you find the love for music? When did that moment click? Like, oh, I actually love this.
That was when it was the day I got back from the show and we basically you finish the show, like the final was the day before and then the next day you pack your bags and you go home to your family.
Is that quickly?
It was so quick. I'm talking like the next morning we were just like scrambling to like pack our stuff. So we've packed up our stuff, I've gotten in the car, I'm going home and I get home and I'm like, oh my God, like as much as I complained while I was there and I was like, oh God, I'm so tired and like this is so stressful. When I got home, I was like, I wish I could do it all over again. And I wish I had the schedule and I want to be singing again. And so that's when I was like, music. I want to do music.
Period.
And that's when I decided, I was like to my mum, I'm not going to university. I am going to do music.
How did she take it?
She was kind of like, I think because she saw me on the show and like, she always said she applauded how like, I did something that she never thought she can do. Like it was always something where she was like, I can't believe you did that. And I think that after I said to her, I want to do music, she was like, do it. She's always said, if you're going to do something, do it well. Yeah. So I was kind of like, I want to do music. I don't know how I'm going to start. I don't know what you need, but I'm going to try. And I think since then, I've probably been the happiest I've ever been in my whole life.
What a story.
I love it. And dreams come true.
It sounds so cliche, but that's really the truth of following your dreams. Yeah. Like, you just feel this freedom. Like, oh my God, I'm actually doing this. Yeah. It's not a dream anymore. Like, this is real life.
This is real life.
But obviously, real life is real life.
Yeah, real life is scary, guys.
And the adjustment from being someone who was just singing for fun to now actually doing it as a job, or, someone who was fairly known by your friends, your family, whatever, to now being on TV and you're known all over the world. How did you find that adjustment?
It's weird because I feel like to this day, I'm like, people listen to my music and I love that. And it's weird because, like, for instance, like Sailor, if I was to see Sailor out, I would lose my mind because I love her music and I think the music is so powerful. Whereas when people say it to me, like, I actually still can't believe that people know who I am. I'm like, what do you mean you listen to my music? It's even like I released vinyl the other day and people were sending me that they bought it. And I was like, why did you buy my vinyl? Like, what? You listen to me? Like, that is crazy. Yeah. So I think the adjustment is like, I feel like I'm obviously no one yet. I'm no one really yet. But when I am someone, I feel like I'll be ready. Right now, I'm in the transition phase of like, people listen to my music and I love it, but I'm a normal gal.
I love how modest you are.
I'm a normal gal. I don't do anything.
You're not. You're definitely not. But it's a good mentality to have. So the show was done and you're pursuing music full time. What was actually the first step that you took though?
When I was on the show, I got a message from MNEK and I was like, and he was like, you know what you did with that Mariah song? And so the first thing I did when I left the show, and I was like, who do I talk to? He was the only person I knew music. So I just DM'd him being like, what do I do? Who do I need to know? Do I need a lawyer? Do I need a manager? And he was like, let's just meet up. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And so we met up and that was kind of that was the first time I'd ever been in a studio. I'd ever been around people in music, like really in the music industry. I feel like being on a show is so different because it's like, it's showbiz and it's so like different.
Yeah.
Whereas that was the first time I was with creatives that were like sitting in a room and wanted to talk to me about like what I needed to do. Mm-hmm. So that was probably my first step, was messaging MNEK.
I mean, that's a bold first step.
I don't know.
Shout out to you.
I wouldn't even do that now. No. Like, what was I doing? I was desperate.
Yeah. Sometimes you do have to be desperate. It will lead you to do things that you might not necessarily do, but will help you in the long run because to have MNEK as kind of like a mentor at the beginning of your career, girl, I know some people would do things for that to happen.
Everyone says that. They're like, I remember at the time, everyone was like, at the time, I obviously knew it was a big deal because it was my first like look into the music industry. I was like, well, this is what happens. And everyone was like, no, it doesn't. Like, this doesn't always happen. You're in great hands. It was me, MNEK, Ian James, and we were just like this little like unit. And I was like, I felt so safe, which I think was really important, was feeling safe, especially being in an environment where I'm writing for the first time, singing in front of people really for the first time in a studio. So I feel like I was definitely in the right hands, but I was lucky for sure.
Absolutely. Talk to me about the first studio session, because the three of you, Ian James, MNEK and yourself, you co-wrote Downtime, which was your debut single.
Yeah.
But I'd love to know what that first studio session was like. Obviously, your shoulders were up.
Yeah, the shoulders were touching my ears. Okay. So Downtime was my third song I think I wrote. My first song, it's rough. But when I did Downtime, it was with Ryan Ashley as well in the room, who was MNEK's best friend at the time. And we were just like I was like so nervous because it was like, we've got this little unit and now there's someone new. And now I love Ryan. I know Ryan. He's like family to me now. And so I know his personality. So back then when he's giving me instructions when I'm singing, I could have cried. He was like, you need to drop your shoulders. Like, can you sing softer? Please sing softer. And I remember at the time literally being like, I could cry any moment. Like, I have tears, babe. I've got a frog in my throat. I don't know what to do. And so, I remember that song. We finished writing the song and we were playing it back as you do at the end of every session. And I was like, that's it.
Wow.
And I think I've had that with all the songs that I've released. But that was the first time I was like, obviously you write songs day in, day out, but you're like, this ain't for me, or this isn't special enough for me to like care about.
Right.
But that was the first time I remember playing it back and being like, that's the song.
What ingredient did it have that made you think that?
I don't even know. I think it was a feeling. I think that what it was to me is I related to the song and it really felt like it came from a place that I believe in. Before, when you're writing a song, it's like, I like this title or like, this is a great phrase we should use. Whereas Downtime was the first song I was like, everything about the song I believe in. And I think that was really special.
You're really in your Alessia Cara bag.
Oh my God.
I need to get out of this party.
I gotta go.
ASAP.
I remember like at that time listening to her and being like, this is so real. Like,
so true.
She's speaking the truth. So when I wrote Downtime and everyone was like, oh my God, I relate to this. I was like, I felt this way about Alessia Cara.
Yeah, no, honestly. And the lyrics, the way it's written, the structure of the song as well, it really is R&B. And I feel like at that time, maybe UK R&B wasn't where it is now, but hearing music like that was really good quality. That was a solid debut single.
Thank you.
Solid, babes. 10s across the board. Did you ever feel like pressure to make sure that the following singles were just as good?
Yeah. I feel like you can either go the direction of, I'm going to release music that is like Downtime and we've got a little solid structure going and a solid theme. Or you can go rogue. And I feel like I went rogue. Like, I released Fly on the Wall and it was basically like Downtime's stepsister.
Yeah.
It was like, girl, just so aggressive. And I remember at the time being like, I just loved the song. I thought it was a bop. I was like, if this wasn't my song, I would listen to it. Like, I think it's sick. Now looking back, I'm like, I would have made different decisions and different choices. Obviously, everything leads you to different things, but I think I was just excited about the song and I loved the energy of it and how like different it was. I wanted to dance.
Yes.
I wanted to dance.
It was given
I wanted
like...
to boom shakalaka and I did. Like looking back, I'm like,
No, I think it was great because it showed the range that you have.
yeah, I think it was good to like set it up and be like, I can do that, but I can also do that.
Exactly.
But then when the EP came out, I was like, this is me as a whole instead, which I was proud of.
And the EP, stunning. Wait till she gets her Heartbroken. The funny thing is that you'd never been in love, and a lot of the songs were love songs, which
I've also like, I'm in love now, and I've never had my heart broken. So
no, it's ironic. I feel like,
I love it. It is very special to me.
It's great. The structure and the journey of putting an EP together must be a really long one. From even picking the songs that feel right and just make it whole. How long did it take you to really put together Wait Till She Gets Her Heartbroken?
I want to say, so I was writing music for about 2.5 years when I first started being like, let's do a project or let's like think of a body of work and who do I want to be as an artist. So I would say it kind of from the start, like from the moment Downtime was written, I think I was striving to get music like that because I knew I'd be proud of it. But when we were like, we need to release an EP, let's make the decisions, it had to be like 1.5 years. And even then, I remember it was a rush at the end of like, this song needs to get done, and we need to make this track, and this song isn't good enough. So it was like till the music came out,
Stop.
I was sweating. It was long.
I would never have known that.
Because I was like, oh my God, listen to my music.
Yeah, literally. Like Spotify, Apple Music, click the link. But we don't know the behind the scenes.
No, and I feel like I always thought that people like, you sit in a studio and you're like, I'm going to write an album. And then you just churn out music and you're like, this is the album. But then putting together a 6-song EP, I was like, why is this taking so long? Like, why is this like,
right.
It wasn't going my way. I just felt like I always imagined it being smoother. And so being there where you're like, we like even Never Been in Love, we had redone the production on that song so many times and it still didn't feel right. And I was like, oh my God, but I love this song. So we got to make it work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was probably the last song we finished because it was just so long. It was like we couldn't get it right. Whereas songs like Downtime and Eventually, like they wrote themselves. They were like always going to be perfect and they're very true to the demo, but everything else looks so long. And being an artist in general, of doing the whole like photo shoot and like concept, I was like, ugh, like why am I sitting in front of a camera? Like, why do I have lip liner on, sitting in front of a camera doing updates? Like, what is this?
You know what? This is such a fresh perspective of what it's really like to be an artist, because
I feel like people love it. Some people love it and some people hate it.
Yeah.
I don't love or hate it. I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is my job. I love my job. But I still find it really foreign to me.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
You just want to write songs and
and
sing.
why am I lip singing in front of a camera like that? It's so weird to me. I can't do it.
These are the things you got to do, innit?
I know. And when I see like you reap the rewards once you do it.
Yeah.
So it's like I get that it's worth it, but oh my God, in the moment I'm like, oh, this is gross. Why is everyone looking at me?
that whole idea of being perceived, even like your music, were you ever like really conscious of how people would take it, or maybe you were felt a bit vulnerable to release this side of you?
Yeah, I definitely felt like it was more so I was so proud of this music, and I've never been one to let other opinions affect my opinion, but I just kept picturing releasing the music and people being like, it's not that good. After I've been like, this is like beautiful to me and this is like my baby. So I think I really wanted people to relate to it. And if people came back and said, this is like boring, I think that would have killed me off. Right. I would have quit music and cut the cameras. I would have had to like give it a rest for a hot minute. But luckily it was everything that I wanted it to be like. People received it the exact same way. So.
Super well received. I loved the tones of it. It was like 2000s R&B, but also like a bit of funk music as well. The tone change and eventually the key change. You love a key change, Tyler.
I love me a key change.
And I love it too. Like, Bring the key changes back.
I love it. I used to listen to songs back in the day where they did key changes. I was like, this is what's meant to happen in songs. This is a part of the natural structure.
Yep.
So when it stopped, I was like, bring it back. We got to bring it back. So now every song I do, it's like, key change. Everyone like, calm down.
No. Keep them
Not
coming.
again.
Keep them coming. That's kind of like your signature. What kind of influences did you have when putting together the EP? Were there any particular artists you'd listen to or any sounds in particular you really wanted to explore?
I always looked at Luther Vandross is like my favourite artist anyway, but I remember listening to his projects like non-stop, and I was like, I don't want to skip any of these songs. And not only I don't want to skip it, but every song feels like a different vibe. And I feel like I was like, I want people to listen to this and be like, yeah, she's singing on all of it, but it all feels very different. I want it to kind of feel like every mood you feel is in this EP. And I feel like luckily I achieved that, and I feel like I would strive to do that with my next project. But that, I feel like Luther's projects were the most important. Same with like Silk Sonic. I remember when their project came out, I was like, what the hell?
And why did they never come back?
Why did you not come back? Like, how are you going to give me this and leave? Like, oh my God, that project was crazy. And I was like, you're giving me ballads and you're giving me funk and you're giving me everything I need. So when I did my project, I was like, I want it to be like that.
Yeah, and you did that.
Thank you.
What was your favourite song to write? Or do you have any favourites?
Oh, I do have a favourite song from the EP. Under the Rug is my favourite song. Oh my God. I remember the day we wrote it and I remember being like, oh my God, this is so fun. And still, like, when we listened to the first demo, I'm like, oh my God, it's not the same as like the one that came out, but it's just like, it's always been so good. And I think I'm still excited to listen to it. And I love singing it. Which I didn't think. I was always like, oh my God, I'm nervous about singing my own songs. But every time I'm like, this one's Under the Rag. And I start it. I'm like, oh my God.
Banger.
I'm dancing by myself on stage. Banger.
Doing your little two-step. That is good. I think that's how you're meant to feel for all the songs that you write.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to be, because then the crowd are looking like, we love this song too.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't like it, it's like, why should we like
That's
it?
why I don't sing Fly on the Wall. I love that song. Like, I'm about to pop and lock to that in my room, but on stage,
not happening.
it's not happening.
It's real. That is so real. You had a lot of co-writers when you put together your EP. Can you talk to me what it's like to work with other co-writers and maybe the times where they'd have ideas that you don't really like, but how do you express how you feel in a respectful way? Like, by the way, I actually don't like this idea, what you're trying to put through. How do you work with that, Tyler? Because I'm not a songwriter, so I don't even know what goes down.
I think that it's
studio.
written on my face, though. That's the problem. I feel like I've always been that sort of person. If like I don't like something, I really do zone out. Like I can't be attached, or I can't even like move forward if I'm not a part of the room. I'm like, okay, you guys do your thing. But I luckily think that I did so many sessions over 2 years that I knew my people, and I think I knew like he gets me and she gets me. So when it came to writing the EP, I was so specific about the people I wanted to work with. So like Relight is my producer. He's doing like all my next music, all my next project and stuff. He gets it, and he knows from my face if I don't like it and moves on.
Yeah.
Same with like Chase Mack. He understands me, so he can write K-pop, he can write everything. But when it comes to writing my music, like he knows what I had to put on, and he knows like what I want to speak about, what I don't speak about. So I feel like I didn't ever have that moment in writing my EP of being like, oh God, this song is just not going my way, or because the people I was with, they know me.
Yeah.
And so even if they look at me and they're like, this lyric is not lyricking, they'll move on. I'm like, thank you. But I've been in sessions that have been tough.
Really?
Oh my God.
For your own music or writing for other artists?
I remember I did one that was technically for my own music. Like the session was for me, but 5 minutes in that room, I was like, this song is for no one. This song is for literally no one. Gotta close the door and let me out. Yeah, I was with Kieran. I will never forget this. We were in a session. It was me and Kieran. And before he'd even reached the session, because he was late, I was like, Tim, turn around.
And he never came?
Let me take one for the... No, he came. I was like, let me take one for the team. He was like, I'm on my way. We can do this, he said. If you have to say we can do this, we got to go home.
Not a good session. Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. And so then we were in the session for like 4 or 5 hours. And it was just...
I thought he was going to say like 45 minutes.
No.
Hours.
I used to stay in sessions though. Like now I've done like the whole like, if I know it's not working, I'm very vocal being like, I think we should move on and try something else.
Okay.
And luckily everyone in music is very understanding for the most part. Of just like, if I'm not feeling it and you're not feeling it, let's just move on and start something fresh. I'd rather get 2 lines of a song than to do a whole song that no one cares about.
And it's dead, yeah.
So now I'm very much like stern about it. And if I haven't written for myself in ages, I'm going to get back into it. But I know the people I want to work with, and I know that I'm also in a space where I can say like, no, this is not for me. Whereas back then, oh my God, yes, I love it all, yes.
Yeah, even though deep down you're like...
deep down I was like, get me home. Get me home, please.
That's growth.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's growth. To speak up. I suffer from that too. But then, girl, I'm just like, why did you say yes?
I know.
Don't want to do this.
Like, I feel like I'm always saying yes, and I would say yes, and in that moment, I'm like, what? I don't want to do that. Why am I doing this?
I think it's just this need to like not let people down.
Yeah, and I don't want people to ever leave a session being like, I don't like Tyler.
Yeah,
like, I feel like I'm always. I don't want people, even if they're like, okay, that was mid. I'd rather that than them be like, I don't like her.
Yeah, I don't want to work with her.
So I feel like I was such a people pleaser. I still am. There's still parts of me that definitely am. But I've lost a bit of that. Thank God.
How did you lose it? Because I feel like the music industry is so tough as well. And because, especially in the UK, we are a small community.
Yes, everyone knows everyone.
So I don't want to have the impression like, oh, she's not a nice person. Which obviously, you know, there are parts of me where I'm not going to be a nice person. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But yeah, how did you build that confidence to be like, actually, I don't like this?
I think it was a realisation, to be fair. I think it was more so like, I realised I was putting more energy into things, and I would care so much about things that I didn't receive anything from it. So like, I would care about people's opinions, and I would really like watch what I said and stuff, and then they would do me dirty, and I'd be like, oh, so like, what was I doing that for? Because no matter what I did, no matter how kind I was, I was going to get treated like shit.
Regardless of the situation.
Regardless of the situation. So that, I feel like November, December is when I was like, okay, I need to put a stop to this. And I really made it like, I put so much effort into being like, I'm going to say no, or I'm going to be firm when I need to be firm. I still definitely need to work on it, but I'm very different to how I was a year ago.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Thank God. You're going to get there. You're going to get, and you're doing a phenomenal job. Since the release of the debut, it's been 1 whole year and a little bit.
Oh my God.
Since Wait Till She Gets Her Heartbroken has been out, which is incredible.
Crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is such a big deal. Talk to me about after that. Things changed. It was like...
So obviously everything came out in July, and I was very much like, we need to work on the next project. Because I remember them like, that project already had been pushed so much. And I get why, because you don't want to rush. I don't want to rush it and then be like, we could have made this decision and changed that for the better. So it ended up coming out when it came out, a lot later than expected. But then I was kind of like, I don't want to be that person that releases a song and then disappears for a year. Like, I can't do it. I mean, I basically did that. But there were different circumstances. But I was like, I just need, after the stress of releasing that EP, I was like, I just need to like have a break from writing for myself. I started writing for other people, which I found so therapeutic. I love it. It's like my favourite thing to do. I even went to LA, which was like, I had been dying to go to LA for so long, like years. And everyone's like, it's not the right time, not the right time. So when I released the project, I was like, surely this is the time.
Yeah.
So I went to LA, met like incredible people, wrote incredible songs. And I remember I went from being like really like such a Debbie Downer to leaving LA being like, I have never been more inspired in my entire life. Like, I'm so excited to get back, so excited for the next project. I want to rethink everything. I know who I want to be as an artist. And then I was dropped. On my ass.
We can laugh about it now.
We can laugh. I mean, I was laughing about it like a week later.
Okay.
Not at the time. Yeah. Not in the moment. But I was dropped, and I feel like a lot, like everyone gets dropped. I feel like we need to now, like, it's a thing. Everyone gets dropped, and everyone becomes successful. Everyone does their own thing. Like, what's meant for you is meant for you. Yeah. Being dropped doesn't mean the end of the world. I genuinely thought it was the end of the world. I remember I was sitting in my room crying. Like, I was just bawling. Yeah. And my boyfriend's mum knocks on the door like, you okay? And I was like, I've been dropped. And at the time, I was like, this is so sad. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to quit music. I'm going to get a regular job. This isn't for me. And then I woke up and I was like, relax. Yeah. And I like took a break over Christmas, didn't think about music at all. I was kind of like, I need to know my next steps, but at the same time, I need to chill. I need to not do anything. I don't want to rush anything. I don't want to jump into situations because I'm desperate. Like, that's not a bit of me. So I just took time over Christmas, and by the time it hit January, I was like, I'm ready to go again. And I like knew the songs that I was really passionate about, and I started teasing them, and I released a song, and I'm like unsigned, independent, and super happy. So different situation, but definitely feel better.
That was
Very
such
good.
a quick roundup of probably every emotion you experienced in like 3 minutes. But everything does work out the way it's meant to be. Even going back to when you mentioned how people were like, oh, going to LA at that time was not the right time.
Yeah.
And you still took that leap of faith. Like, you still believed, no, this is what I needed
Yeah.
in this space. What was happening in LA that made you have that change in attitude towards your career and who you are as an artist?
I think the thing about the UK is I love the UK. This is my home.
Do you?
I love it so. I love it so much. Like, this is my home. I like how blunt it is, but I feel like people here don't know a good thing when they've got it there until it's blown up somewhere else, and then they're like, that's ours. And so I was like here, and I felt like it felt a bit miserable. I was like, everyone that I need to work with here, I've worked with.
Wow.
I'm like, I've done the rounds. I've spoken to so many people. I think I just need a fresh perspective. And I went to LA, and I was playing the music for the next EP, and they were gassed. And I was like, oh my God. Even if it was fake, I was like, yes, this is fire. And they just like, it felt really good to have people tell me like, this music feels fresh, which I haven't had here. I feel like everyone, you can either be like, you either blow up or you're underground forever.
Yeah,
And I feel
so
like
true.
I was just in this spot of being like, I'm new, but I'm not new anymore, really. I have a project out. People don't care if they don't want to care. And like the people that are going to listen to it have listened to it. So like, what do I do here? And so I just went to LA for like 2 weeks and met like the best people. I worked with people I've been waiting to work with who like genuinely have been working with artists I look up to, like Kalani and all these people that I've been like dreaming of working with. I'm working with their producers. And I was like, this is what I need to do. Like, this is the lane I want to be in. So I just came back being like, it's go time. It wasn't go time. But it was go. It was pause. It was have a break.
what I actually do love about Americans though is that they have like a massive like view of the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing too small, too
Yeah.
big for them. They're like, no, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna achieve that. And I think you're right. We do need a little bit of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to change our perspective a little bit.
I remember I was with Josh Levi and he was like, the UK like R&B scene's crazy. I was like, is it? The hell? Like, I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling stagnant right now. And I remember people here are like, I was like, when is it going to be the UK's turn? Like, when is it going to be R&B's turn?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's their turn now.
Now.
And I was like, this is it? Surely not. So being there, where they were telling me like, no, you need to realise that it's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Came home, I was like, R&B's on. And
He was
it's on
right,
now.
though.
He was.
He
He was
was
so right.
right.
Because the way that I came back and now,
Yes.
like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Like, the scene is mad. The artists that are coming out, we've got K1,
K1.
Flo, like you.
Crazy. Sasha
It's
Keeble.
Sasha Keep. The
Oh
lineup
my
is insane.
God, it's crazy.
And it's just the beginning. It's just the renaissance. Because
Yeah.
it was always there. You know, the people like DJ Ace who would always champion
Yeah.
for R&B and, you know, Relic. So you're here. You're literally in the middle of it.
It is crazy. I do
Yeah.
love R&B, and I'm so glad it's having its. I don't want to say moment because it's not a moment. I'm glad it's getting its flowers. now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And the
so,
quality
so
of
good.
R&B at the moment.
Stunning.
What?
Stunning.
K1? What?
It's not real.
Not real. Not real.
But we're having a good time and we're enjoying it. So you get dropped from the label, which is obviously so heartbreaking. You're in the studio, but you're not writing for yourself. Where these songs come from? Are they songs that you had written in the past, or maybe that were demos in the past that you just revisited?
So in the time between releasing my last project and getting dropped, I kind of just I was like in the studio a lot, chilling and writing and stuff, but it was always felt like I didn't know what I was writing about. I didn't know what to write about. I didn't know what direction I wanted to be in, but I knew that some songs were really good. And so like Traces I wrote last year, and I was just excited. I was like, I like this song. And I didn't even write it thinking, this is for me. This is about my personal experience. It was more like, I want to write a good song that I want to sing. And so I wrote it. It sat in my like files for ages. And then when it came to like, what should we like put on the EP? I was thinking, or like, if we were to do an EP, what would you want to release? And I was thinking, Traces is a good song, but it's not where it needs to be. And so I went to the studio, spent a couple of days on it, and I was like, I love this song. And it still was never meant to come first, but then I posted a video of me singing it and everyone was like, we need this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, here.
I remember seeing it. Literally, you posted it in like March was when you like first teased it and then released it, a couple months later, which just shows that the people are waiting, Tyler.
And it was really nice to see. And I feel like that was definitely the boost I needed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I've released music. People don't care now. It's been long enough. Like, if people wanted it, they'd ask. And now we're just like, it's a bit like stagnant. So when I released Traces, or even when I posted stuff, they were like, new music. I was like, oh, people care.
They care. And that's the beauty in being an artist and like actually building a community, is that they will literally follow you throughout your whole journey. I must say, you are great when it comes to social media. Like, you have got it down. You cracked the code. You got the great music, of course, the social media presence. You know how to interact with, your fans, and you got a strong brand. What is the secret? Do you have like a strategy that you do?
I think when I started posting stuff I liked. Like when I post a video now, I'm excited to post it. I feel like I went through a phase where I was like, I don't care about this video that I'm posting. I don't care about this trend or what I'm being told to post. I was just like, I'm just doing it to like tick the box.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like, I want to make a video about this, or like, I really want to lip sync to this song, or I want to tease this song. And when it became less about the algorithm and going viral and like, this is popping off, so post about that. When it just became about like, I want to sing in the kitchen, so I'm going to, then it did well. And I was like, oh, people just care when they know that you've put time into it.
For sure.
And so I was just like, I feel like I've cracked the code for me, because it's like, I'm just going to post whatever I want.
Whenever you want to as well.
Whenever I want to. And I don't
free.
have to like, it's not about, oh no, it's 12 o'clock, I need to post. It's like, if I don't post today, it's fine, I'll post tomorrow and it'll be a better video. So I'm taking my time.
Yeah, releasing that pressure, which I think is so important, because they make it seem like, social media is the be all and end all, but it's like, no, just do things on your terms. You know what I mean? The product placement of the matcha was just perfection. You were like, I'm the spoon watching you. I was the spoon. And I was like, damn.
And it's funny, I had that video in my draft for so long, and I was like, I'm not going to post it because that song's not going to come out. And then one day I was like, oh, I probably need to post something. It's been a hot minute. Posted it and it did well. And I was like, oh my God.
So good.
And it was my own song, which I'd never had happen. So that was like, oh my God. So like the stuff that I care about and I'm like nervous to post, that's the stuff that people want to see. So thank you for saying about my social media.
Girl.
I worry about it.
No, but you've got it down bad, because I do understand in the creative industry how important it is. Even though you can be like the best artist and the most consistent when it comes to your music, like the social media plays a massive part, and we actually can't downplay that at all. Do you actually really like matcha though? Because be honest.
I love you, Perfect Head Matcha. You're amazing. That was the first time I'd ever opened the packet, because I was like, I said to my boyfriend, I want to be a matcha girl, like so bad. Like, I want to do Pilates. I want to drink matcha. And so he was like, he just bought me the kit. And I was like, okay. And then one day I was like to him, I'm going to try it today.
Yeah.
What did it taste like? We don't want to talk about it. But at the time, I was like, I'm a matcha girly. I was doing crunches and like,
she's really a fit babe, down to the T.
But I love that became the thing when it blew up, and then every video I was like, I kind of want to. I like this.
Yeah,
I like it's so wholesome. It's very like it's like everyone says you need a gimmick, and I was always like, no, I don't want a gimmick. But then when I started doing that, I was like, I actually like this. If I saw someone else doing this, I'd be like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a sick gimmick.
It became my thing.
Sorry, babe. That's actually my TikTok alarm to post, ironically. Apologies. Can you talk to me about the love that you get? Because, we've mentioned that a lot of people watch your stuff, they support it. But also, some of your favourite celebrities and favourite artists. Kehlani was in your comments one time.
Oh, my God. Changed my life.
What was the feeling?
I think it was when the video of me singing Traces first blew up, I was getting messages from people that I was like, what the hell? Like Tank messaged me. I was in bed and I was just sweating. I was like,
not Tank.
Not Tank. Tank messaged me and I was like, these are people that I watch videos of every day. Like even Kehlani, like I love her. And then they were messaging me and I was like, this is so weird. And I feel like it was weird because I was trying to play it cool. It was like when you have a crush and you're just like, oh my God, what do I say? So that was insane. To have people that like, obviously before I like blew up, I had people like Jessie J message me and I grew up listening to Jessie J.
Iconic.
I love her so, she is so iconic. And like her new project is so good. Like she's still thriving. And that, it felt the same way where I was like, no matter how far along you get, like when you get starstruck, you get starstruck.
Yeah.
Like I met JoJo.
Now, let's talk about opening up for JoJo Tyler. She was our queen. She was our princess.
Oh my God, she's my princess.
Get out right now. Wow. How did that connection happen?
I remember she was coming over for the festival she was doing on the Saturday. And months ago, I was like, I have a feeling she's going to do a couple dates here. And so I kind of messaged my manager being like, I think JoJo's going to do some dates here and I need to work with her. Because my boyfriend, he's a producer, he's worked with her and had a song come out with her. I remember in the day he was in the session with her, I was like sitting at home like, you're with my queen.
Literally.
Like, say hi from me. And so when it came to, when she was like, I'm doing a tour, I was like, oh my God. I was messaging my manager like, you need to like do what you need to do to get me on this tour. And my boyfriend was doing what he could, and like her writer, who I know, was doing what he could.
Wow.
And then I got a message being like, she wants you to open up for her. Oh my God. I could have died. I could have died in that moment. No one could ever chat to me again.
Never.
And I think that was the first time that the closer we were getting to the date of the performances, I was getting really nervous. And I was thinking, why am I getting so nervous? I don't usually get this nervous over just singing. And then we were in the car and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to meet JoJo. Like, I'm about to meet JoJo. Forget the singing. I'm about to meet JoJo. And we walked in and she was doing sound check and I got to watch her sound check and I had tears in my eyes. Like,
No way.
I'm not even exaggerating.
Was the sound check that moving?
I was just looking at her like, you're JoJo. You're my mother. What the hell are you doing up there? And then she came over and said hi. And when I finished the performance, she called me into her room and was like, oh my God, you were so good. And I went in the bathroom and cried.
Oh my God. You're such an emotional babe. I love it.
I cried. I was like,
it's JoJo.
And my boyfriend was like, why are you crying? I was like, because JoJo just said she likes me.
Wow.
Oh my God. It was, honestly, nothing will beat that feeling.
Yeah. That is iconic. Opening up for JoJo.
It changed my life.
And she hardly comes to the UK.
No. So that's why I was like, I think she's going to be doing performances, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. She hasn't been here in a while. We miss her,
But
she hasn't been here in a while. So when I got to not only like, even if I wasn't singing with her, I was like, I would be buying tickets to go and see you because I love you that much.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got to meet her and sing was crazy.
That's actually surreal that she's a fan of you as well, as much as you're a fan of her.
When I sang at the Birmingham gig, the last one, when I went off the stage, someone was singing Eventually to me. And I was like, what is going on? And it was JoJo singing Eventually. Oh, I was like, shut your mouth.
As if you weren't emotional enough.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm already sweating, babe. Like, I'm already having a crazy time. And I went down and she was singing it to me and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, Tyler, you've got it. You are a star.
It changed my life.
You really, really are. That tells me everything I need to know. If there were any other artists you want to open up for, who would it be?
Bruno Mars every day. I just want to see Bruno Mars,
In
even
real
on
life.
the street.
Yeah. Bruno, wherever you are.
Bruno, I love
Come
you.
to London.
Jasmine Sullivan. I feel like any R&B babe. I feel like even Sasha Keeble. Like I want to open up for Sasha Keeble because I think she is so sick.
She's
and like
bomb.
every song that comes out, I'm like, how did you write that? So yeah, I feel like K1. Hey K1. Please have me. But yeah, any R&B babes that want me.
Yeah.
Or dudes. Any R&B dudes.
Yeah.
Tank. Tank, have you out there?
Listen, this is the
Kalani?
best way to do it.
Kalani, please.
Everybody, reach out to Tyler.
Please reach out to me. I'm free.
She's available. She's available. I want to know what's next, Tyler. You've been mentioning an EP.
Yes.
And I feel like an EP's coming.
An EP's definitely coming. I don't know what's going to be on there yet. I know like there are a few songs that I'm very certain about and there are songs that are done. I definitely have 2 songs coming out soon that I'm in love with. So there's new music coming soon. The next song should be out soon. I just need to figure out the situation because music is tough. But yeah, I do have new music coming out soon and an EP for sure.
How exciting. I'm so buzzing. Like everything's working out the way it should be. And I feel like you are doing it at the right time, at the right pace.
Yeah.
Like it's not too much, but it's not too little. It's just the perfect amount.
Thank you.
You know? So very excited, being a fan. Always gonna be a fan, Tyler. You're just a ray of sunshine, babe. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure you've inspired anyone out there that wants to get into the music industry, just to know like about the behind the scenes of what it's really like to be an artist and the ups and downs and the reality of it all, because it's real.
It's real. It's so real.
And here you are. You make it look so easy.
I love it. I think it's easy because I love it so much. There are moments where I'm like, oh, I'm so angry about stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm so privileged to be in this position.
Yeah.
Writing music every day. Like, what the hell? That's literally what some people dream of doing. And I'm able to do it. And I'm very, very proud and happy.
Should be, babes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the Rap Room podcast. I really appreciate you, and we'll be watching out for your EP. Traces is out right now.
Yes, it is.
Where can we find you and your music?
My socials are all it's not. It's Tyler LWS Music. That is my socials. And then my artist name is Tyler Lewis. So just look me up.
And if you enjoyed the podcast episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we appreciate you watching. So, Tyler Lewis in the Rap Room.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thank you.